you're a millennial or Gen Z, Miranda Kerr is likely a household name. And if you weren't familiar with her before, you probably are now after her problematic diet recall on the podcast Skinny Confidential went viral. So what do we do with problematic diets? We make them unproblematic. So join me as we transform a slew of detoxing beverages into a day of balanced meals. And if you are new here, please subscribe and hit that follow button on Instagram and TikTok at Abby's Kitchen. So long before we had TikTok and YouTube, we had Sudoku. And my sister and I would play for hours on our old purple iMac. Some habits die hard. But Wodoku is like Sudoku, but with wood. Get it? Which makes it so much better. So you basically arrange the wooden blocks to form a line which clears titles from the board to earn points. It is strangely calming and addictive, and honestly, you'll never get bored. There are hundreds of levels and 3 different modes to test your speed and your brain, but I love it because I can play anywhere at any time and I can compete with my own previous best scores. And best of all, it is completely free to download on both iOS and Android devices. So if you need a new Zen game, you can download Wodoku from my link in the description. It really does help my channel when you use this link. So get to it and then tell me what you think. Get your diet culture bingo cards ready because this is quite the morning routine.
Wake up in the morning, I have like 32 ounces of room temperature water, 1 lemon squeezed in that like flushes everything out. Then I have 32 ounces of cold pressed celery juice. I have this medical medium smoothie, heavy metal detox smoothie.
Oh my God. We have to drink all of that before we can get to the coffee and food? Okay, Abby, I'm gonna go get some ingredients. Can you unpack this? So I guess flushes everything out is kind of the cute way to say poop and pee, because this legit is just like a long list of laxatives and diuretics. All water helps you naturally detox, and it's unlikely that the vitamin C in a squeeze of lemon is going to have any additional remarkable benefits for moving your bowels beyond that of just any water. Celery juice is also water and does nothing to alkalinize your body, because if it did, our girl Miranda would be dead.
You know, I like you, but I still gotta kill you.
If it does speed up a detox, it's because it's one of the most aggressive sources of FODMAPs, which can irritate the gut and give you the runs. As for the heavy metal detox, like, for the love of all that is holy, why are we still taking nutrition advice from a psychic?
To this ancient read me fire.
There's loads of great nutrition here, so if she enjoys this combo, great, but there's no evidence that any of these ingredients can pull heavy metals out of your body. The only theoretical explanation that I can come up with for this bizarre combination is that the dietary fiber from ingredients like blueberries can aid in heavy metal chelation. And cilantro and spirulina has some animal research for it on the same purpose, but the one human study that I did find found that cilantro was not more effective than a placebo in increasing heavy metal excretion. So bottom line, no need to muck up a good tasting blueberry banana smoothie by making it taste like fish and soap. Do we see a theme here? There's like 10 cups of fluid right here, likely more than most women need even in a whole day, plus a lot of fiber and FODMAPs that taken together will make you poop. But I feel like there are a lot more tasty and enjoyable ways to do it. Yeah, if I had to start every day with that song and dance, I probably would never get out of bed. But since this fluid breakfast is all we're getting today, we better make it count. So I'm gonna do my version of medical medium smoothie without the bullshit and made for a lot less. I thought I was getting a good deal because they on Loblaws, like on the app, this was like $4.99, and I didn't realize it's the smallest package of life. So that explains it. So we got wild blueberries, banana, plus some frozen spinach in place of the barley grass, spirulina, and herbs. Then I've got some nice 5% Greek yogurt for our iodine instead of seaweed. Because yeah, I just can't wrap my head around seaweed in a smoothie. That's also going to provide some protein, which is what the medical medium smoothie was sorely lacking. Then I've got an avocado here because we need some fat, plus some extra fiber. Then I've got some pea-based protein milk for some extra protein. Wish me luck on blending this up. I definitely filled this right to the top. She is thick. Avocado just always takes the texture of a smoothie up a notch. Straw's too skinny. Much better. All right, we got some breakfast in. Let's move our body.
At a minimum, an hour walk. So you do a walk with the family or you do a walk on the treadmill.
All of these sound like amazing options to me, but I figure if we want to truly work out like a Victoria's Secret model, we gotta look like one. Some angels allegedly train years to get their wings, and I just kind of found these in my kids' costume bin. But they work. Let's do it. We moved our body, let's talk about lunch. You know, for someone apparently so interested / obsessed with health, there really isn't a lot of protein here. Like Miranda's breakfast drinks altogether, plus this lunch, both contain around 9 grams of protein each, which just doesn't seem like enough for an active woman doing like an hour of walking plus a Tracy Anderson class. So Abby, $1 million question. How much protein do we really need? As usual, it's complicated because everyone's needs are unique. But we do know that getting a solid amount of protein in the morning is ideal for body composition and weight management, as is spacing out protein throughout the day, since the body can only utilize about 0.4 grams per kilogram per meal across 4 or more meals for muscle protein synthesis. That doesn't mean that the rest of the protein just goes to waste. Like, protein is king of the satiety hierarchy. So if you're trying to manage body weight or body composition, as I assume most models are expected to do, it's advantageous to get at least 0.14 grams per pound of protein per meal for a daily amount of 0.7 to 1 grams of protein per pound of body weight. That means if you're 125 pounds, you should aim for around 90 to 125 grams of protein. Based on what we've seen so far, I think it'd be very hard for Miranda to meet those numbers if she wasn't going to have like a massive heavy protein meal. I thought so. Let's see how we can bump this up, at least to support my needs. Throw a little bit of avocado oil down, some chopped sweet potatoes, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Great source of fiber plus vitamin A. We're gonna add in some black beans for some extra iron, protein and fiber, plus a bell pepper for antioxidants and fiber. Got a little taco seasoning, some nutritional yeast, more protein, vitamin B12, and I think it's about time we can add our eggies. So we parched the Red Sea, a little spritz in the middle, and my little trick is to do 2 whole eggs. Please don't break. And then like fill in the gap with a little more egg whites, just to add a little bit more protein. Salt. I got a fever.
And the only prescription
needs more cheese. Well, it needs some cheese. So let's do it. Melt a little bit of that on there, buddy. This looks amazing. Fiber, protein, and healthy fats with the little guac I added there. And it makes a very generous portion. Gotta get a little of everything. This makes it so good. The cheese, that was key. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, this hits. All right, folks, snack time.
Then I had, right before I came here, is just like cauliflower rice, but it's just cauliflower with green beans on top and a little bit of onion.
You know, I really try hard not to yuck someone else's yum, but just personally, based on my preferences, I would feel like really sad and disappointed if I was craving a snack and cauliflower rice with just some green beans and green onions on top was what was on the menu. So I'm gonna treat this as a mini meal, even though I'm actually not super hungry, but I'm gonna put it together, have the amount I'm craving, and then probably give my kiddos the rest. Let's do it. Okay, this is what we call a hodgepodge mini meal snack. I've got a little bit of leftover white rice, which I'm going to reheat Emily Mariko style. If you know, you know. I've got a little bit of kind of meal prepped veggies. I have some roasted bell peppers, some carrots. Like I said, this is random as but this is what I have in the fridge, and it sounds like that's kind of also how Miranda does it. So gonna throw in some edamame, a little bit of protein and fiber, and I've got some leftover chicken as well, a couple little pieces, probably more than enough. A little teriyaki, secret ingredient, a piece of ice, and then we just kind of wrap her up and pop it in the microwave until that rice gets nice and fluffy and revived. All right, heat it through, ready to go. Top a little bit of sesame seeds for some healthy fats. Now that's a snack. I think it's really important that we dissociate the word snack with just like treats or highly processed foods, because a snack to me is just a mini meal that's relatively convenient. And this right here totally ticks the boxes. Amazing. Alrighty folks, let's talk about dinner.
I'll normally eat like an early dinner with the kids, and I'll have like a soup, like a kind of like lighter in the evening, like a soup and sometimes like grilled fish.
Not to be like a food snob, but it does seem like a strange combination to have just like soup and fish at dinner and nothing else. Like there's nothing wrong with it, it just like doesn't work in my head as a meal, right? Like it's weird. Like it's fine, but there's just something missing there that makes it feel like a proper meal. Like to just have a piece of tiny fish on your plate all by itself, something's lacking. Like at least let's put a vegetable in there. So I thought, why not put these things together and do a really delicious Mediterranean fish stew? So let's cozy up and make some soup. All right, we're starting with the usual suspects. Garlic, onion, celery, carrots, aka classic mirepoix. I'm gonna throw some big pieces of parsley and thyme, and I peeled a mandarin. I'm gonna throw that in there because I think it's gonna add like a nice, southern Mediterranean flavor. Gonna add in a chopped potato, which is gonna add lots of fiber along with the rest of our veg, plus it's gonna help to thicken the stew. Got some diced tomatoes. I got this one with Italian spices just cause like, why not make it easier for myself? And I've got some chicken bone broth here, adding more protein and of course some liquid and chicken-like flavor. Obviously, if you wanna make this pescatarian, you can use like a fish-based broth, but it's just harder for me to access those most of the time. I'm gonna wait to add any more liquid because I know that a lot of the moisture is gonna come out of my veg. So let's pop that on, let those potatoes cook through before we add in our fish. Okay, so I've got some frozen halibut pieces here that are pretty much thawed through. I'm just adding a little bit of salt and pepper, and then I'm gonna throw them in. Get them deep in there so that they can cook through and get flavored by all these delicious looking juices. Bye-bye. Oh, that is a way to combine fish and soup in one pot. Plus we've got fiber-rich carbs, protein, and fat here. And despite it being a light meal, I think this one's gonna hit the spot. Brody, add in the obligatory meme. Finally, my favorite time of day, dessert. So I wasn't able to find a lot of information about Miranda's favorite desserts, other than the fact that she enjoys dark chocolate in moderation. Basically her and every other former Victoria's Secret model. But because I have zero interest in eating a single square of dark chocolate, I thought, let's make it a little more fun and make some chocolate fondue. We're gonna do my take on cheater fondue, aka basically just like a chocolate dip, but I add some peanut butter in there for extra flavor and protein and healthy fats. We have some dark chocolate shavings. I'm gonna add in a little coconut cream. Some peanut butter. Boop. And I'm just gonna throw this into the microwave at half power for like 30 seconds as I stir in between. And it smells so good. Little fancy salt. We got our chocolate, now we need a dipper. A little shish kebab. It's like the Grinch, and I didn't even plan for that. This is like something you see on Pinterest. I'm super proud of me right now. Mom moment. Now we dip, and we Rue and Mr. Grinchy. I guess we can actually dip. Oh yeah. Oh baby. What else does this need? Honestly, nothing. And because it's just for me, I'm a double dip, so don't come at me. Rescue team on the way. The best. Well, that was way more fun than I expected. Like, I watched the entire hour-long interview on Skinny Confidential, and let's just say it was a lot. It kind of came across as food fear-mongering and pseudoscience 101. Basically, I interpreted a lot of what she was saying as everything is poison, everything is causing disease, and if you're not carefully inspecting and obsessing over every product that you come into contact with or that comes into your house, you're not taking care of your health. It was actually pretty triggering to listen to the whole interview, so please do be mindful of that if you do decide to watch. So yeah, not surprisingly, I did have to call out a fair bit of BS here and make some very liberal adjustments to the meals, but I've really come to expect nothing less, and you guys really should too. For every celebrity diet recall there is out there, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of young girls trying to emulate it to a T. And that's pretty useless considering how unique and different our needs are, but also can be super problematic considering how restrictive these model diets are. So just a reminder to please never use a what in a day video or a diet recall as anything more than some kind of meal or food inspiration. And if a cilantro seaweed smoothie doesn't inspire you guys, I say move along. Thanks again to Wadoku for sponsoring today's video. You can download the game from my link in the description. And on that note, that is all that I have for you guys today. If you liked this video, be sure to give it the thumbs up. Leave me a comment below on whose diet you'd like me to try next. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time on Abby's Kitchen. Bye!